Konnichiwa, bitches. Unstable Creature here. So ready to come off the line with it. And of course, this is our bye week for the Raiders. But I still kind of want to talk about a little bit of our last week with the Bengals. Of course, they did their thing on us. And yeah, a lot of stuff we can't come back from. Um, uh, ain't no sense of treating the dead. So you know what? I'm not even gonna nitpick through the games and how nitpick through the game. Just some of the scoring and all of that. Most definitely, I do want to pick up on just the mind frame of how we entered into that game. And yeah, it takes a little view, or it takes, did want to talk about me seeing the game, but I ain't even gonna say that. I want to talk about something that was actually picked up, said by the announcers. That was also, kind of released, that should have opened our eyes a whole lot. And most definitely entering into this game, what gave me an eye opener, it was just like, okay, why? Why did we take this stance? If uh, everybody in this franchise, everybody doing their thing, like, you guys have been here over and over and over again. This is not nothing new. And for me to hear something like the defensive coordinator, the coaches, and all of the stuff, even if Burrows was a newer player, don't nobody have no notes in there, guess what? He still have 8 to whatever games that you could have put back on film on. That was so shocking that even if you did not have previous notes on him, that you couldn't create new notes just off of the 7 to 8 games prior. You could have set your ass down and watched every game that he had and what he was given during, those games, and you could have created notes from that. That was wild to me. I just, especially if it's somebody that we never went up against, or you didn't have the privilege to gather notes prior, but who's to say your notes prior don't get outdated to where somebody upgrade themselves. So it's always good to pay attention to the seasons as we open up with everybody. I mean, just because you have an old quarterback or you have a couple notes, don't mean that known quarterback or whatever don't have, somebody newer, or just this new thing that he want to push into, into the field, into the game. So why would we ever enter into a game? Forget like certain old notes. If you know that this person, like like the coordinator said, like, he just didn't have no notes, and he went to call people to compare notes or get notes. We're in a position where ain't too many people fucking with us. Ain't too many people gonna be leading us the right way, even if they, cover it up with their words. So knowing that you couldn't eat off of somebody else's notes, eat off the footnotes, we should have still took to film. We still should have took to something else to where you can create your own notes and have your own back during these times. I mean, what was wrong with that? And then on top of that, knowing that we spent more than half of the game just rushing the quarterback because we did not know or whatever, opened us up for a whole lot of bullshit, a lot of ass whoopings, because it just became chaos on the field. And even though, the defense and the offense, try to do as much as they can, it still was like whoever calling the plays, whoever doing this was some idiots. Not to say it like that, but just putting it all on the line, because that didn't make no goddamn sense. I did say in around the second quarter, I was like, okay, we leaving too much open trying to get this quarterback. And this was prior to, announcers saying that, oh, because they mentioned in the third quarter, at the end of the third quarter, how they shouldn't have spent so much time rushing a quarterback. And I was already thinking, like, every time y'all rush the quarterback, y'all leaving so many areas open. And even though you have the secondary, they kind of a little bit spread it out to kind of try to rush in or rush back or whatever the case. It was hard to watch, and that really shitted on us. So even looking at all of that and trying to compare I just feel like, man, we was already propping ourselves up for the funeral. Now we done walked ourselves down to the burial. I don't know what else could we do. Fuck what else we do. There's nothing else that we could do. It's already laid to rest. Even if we start picking it up right now, we are 2-7. 2-7. At least you hear about other teams being like this, but not so sealed in us or for us or on us. It's almost like this stuff is kind of weird to watch, especially during these times. And everybody have, all the coaches, everybody have so much experience to allow this type of stuff to slip through the hands. Yes, the first quarter looked like it was going to be something, even though there was like kind of cutting us, we had to go for the touchdown for the second time. But after that, it was almost like boop, all of the other calls, everybody just, I don't want to say the momentum dropped, but it was almost like, okay, if y'all not going to drop your momentum, all the calls went straight sideways. And then the thing that gets on my nerves even more, the fact that they feel like they can sit Minshew down now and then let Ridder play for the rest of the game. I'm looking like y'all still overlooking everything, and y'all still not working with the right person. And like I said, I do believe that O'Connell entered into the other game prior with some type of probably hurt or injury or whatever the case may be, because even the tip on the finger, when he got it, it just was like the whole little slip off the finger almost looked like it was already known to have his hand, already known that his hand was messed up or whatever the case may be. So now that he's out, they bring Ridder in. Ridder, to me, ain't looking no different than Minshew. It's almost like we just keep going and making the wrong decisions. I think just off the fact that probably I be screaming O'Connell and you just ain't giving the people what they want. You just probably ain't giving me what they want. But hey, you probably got more men speaking to you like, this is what it is. Forget that. She don't know football. I don't have to play football to know football. You know what I mean? And as you can see, what I'm watching and what I've been saying, nailed it. Y'all the ones that want to overlook the truth, and y'all the ones that keep denying what y'all already have, like I've done with so many players. Now I have to sit and, when I was so big up on this year and somewhat of last year, but it's almost like now y'all just showing me y'all don't even want it. Y'all gonna fuck it up for yourselves. And me, even though it's something that I watch and I enjoy watching, and this is my team, but at the same time I could accept that what y'all doing is to yourselves, not doing it to me. Because I can also close my eyes. I can also not play the game. You guys have to play the game. You guys have to be there. So I'm looking like y'all not fucking over me. Y'all not doing it to me. You're doing it to yourselves. And that's why y'all should have thought twice about some of the decisions that y'all made. And y'all still went and got Ridder, and you're Ridder of me a fool. That for real. But you know what? I ain't even gonna keep harping over this. Like I said, we did. This is our bye week. Hopefully, y'all start, even with old players, comparing your notes to this new season or the game that y'all playing now upon the people that y'all going against. Y'all have a new players, this player, that player. They have new players, this player, that player. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, y'all really didn't have no room to throw to Bowers, and because y'all want to put more, give more Bowers or try to get Bowers touchdown, you can't dispute the fact that they're already watching him. They know he's a bigger guy. They know he can catch and do this and do that. So y'all see how he's getting played on the field. Y'all see how they are getting in his ass on the field. It's something to consider because y'all have so many players that y'all could actually rotate, get all of this stuff. If they're not thinking about this player, boop, shoot this player out. And maybe you guys can get around to getting Bowers a touchdown. And even if y'all want to get him a touchdown more than one game or whatever the case may be, y'all see what y'all going up against. You guys have to start digging in your bag arithmetic-wise. If y'all ain't got that, I don't know. Everybody just keep ripping y'all panties off at that. What we supposed to do? All right? What we supposed to do? If I say no, don't do that, and y'all over there like, it's okay. What can I do? I can't do nothing. And half of the time, even when I watch, I be looking like, we can't complain because guess what? Just like now when I make my video and I'm very vocal about exactly what I see, very vocal about exactly what I hear, for some reason, it's oblivious to y'all. And I want to say it's because I'm a woman, but then I only got like 93 or something subscribers. That's another reason why y'all probably looking like shit. But guess what? Proof is in the pudding. Okay? Proof is in the pudding. And I know y'all feel it. Y'all just need not to deny it. Y'all can accept all the bullshit and all the loss that y'all get from the people that y'all choose, but putting in somebody's worth, or making sure certain things is in, or y'all actually putting in the right work on the right people, y'all ain't gonna try it. Because before y'all injured the boy, before y'all start losing games, like I said, y'all want to throw O'Connell in there the last 5 minutes like it was going to woo, 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 woo. Sometimes he did bring it up, and then he didn't. And then when y'all started him in a game, I would say he was hurt and then turned into an injury. Y'all acting like, oh, he's out for the rest of the season, so it makes a better excuse to put Ritter in. And I'm just looking like, I don't want to go through this anymore. Like, what are y'all seeing that I'm not seeing? Even times I be catching the camera when the camera be over there, trying to play us something different and all of that stuff. I be looking like, you know what? Y'all can have it. It's a man's world. But if y'all wearing panties like me, why can't I identify it? Okay, I'm about to move on. Have a blessed bye week. Okay. Week 1 through 9 is out the door. No, 2 games out the door. The other ones are out the goddamn window. You feel me? With that being said, I am about to let it all go. And another thing that the announcer said, some of these, what was it? Some of those penalties was self-inflicted and all of that other stuff. They still want to get around to, when they ain't making them type of mistakes, they won't even mention it. Because there's been games where we haven't even had none of that. And then this game, look at here, bring you back to the penalties. And then, oh, it's self-inflicted so that it could try to accommodate the bullshit that they was already trying to send in the wind a long time ago. Y'all need to keep your eyes open. I mean, if y'all gonna watch the game, y'all gonna keep on following. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears peeled back. Keep your head on the pivot with swivel. You know what I mean? Because, you gotta pay attention. Like I said, if I say that the league ain't been the best of us, who could you really run to compare notes to? And if you are in a position to make sure that you are solidifying and making sure that your defense does what it does, don't go to nobody else, and don't let nobody else know that you ain't even up to par with your notes and shit like that. May we all catch, correct, and do better. Okay? It's not on you, it's in you. Have a blessed day. In Jesus' name. Amen.